hello. If you don't know this voice by now, then why are you listening to this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music Podcasts, or Podbean.com, or the official app, or watching this YouTube video on YouTube? What is up, guys? This is James, aka Jimmy Pancakes 20, back here to do a new video / podcast for you. And today is our FanFest 2026 review. So, if you guys watched the vlog video or listened to the podcast for the vlog video, do you know that my co-host, my mom, Marsha, and I only did 2 of the attractions, which we'll get to later in this review video / podcast. And we tried to do 2 other ones, but we both agreed for one of the tips that I'll share later is this is a multi-night event. That's what I'm going to say, but we'll get to that tip at the very end of the video. So, from what people have said, we did the 2 best ones, and the third one that was the third best one, everyone wanted to go to it and was so popular, and that line from 6 p.m. until closing is always crazy. And we'll get to that certain attraction later in this review / podcast video. So just wanted to let you know. So, this is a review video. So, we will be giving scores from a 1 being the worst to a 5 being the best. And we're going to be reviewing all of the attractions. So, we're going to basically review the ones that we did not see live or go to. And then at the very end of this podcast, we're changing it up a little bit, and you'll see in a moment. We're going to talk about the 2 that we did. So, just a brief history before we continue. For anyone that does not know, last year in 2025 was the first debut of FanFest. So, they debuted it last year in 2025. It was a test run. It was so popular that they decided to bring it back this year for 2026. And again, I think this year it was popular again, so we might see it maybe come back in 2027. Who knows? And it's only a Hollywood event, Universal Studios Hollywood event. It hasn't come to Orlando yet, but rumor is that they want to do it in Orlando as well. But as of right now, it's only at Universal Studios Hollywood. So that's just a little brief history, and due to uncertain circumstances, we could not go to the first official year of FanFest last year in 2025, but my co-host Marsha and I said we wanted to definitely make it out to this year's FanFest, which we did. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we start this official podcast, again, my lovely co-host, you know her, you love her, my mom, Marsha. Mom, so say hello.
Hello, everybody.
So, before we talk about all the attraction stuff, your initial reaction before we even went to the event.
Honestly, I did not want to go to the event. James started showing me some of the videos, and when we got to Scooby Doo Meets the Monsters, I told him right away to buy the tickets. So he kind of tricked me into going.
Yeah, so basically what she is talking about is I was doing a slow build up to the best one, which she did mention Scooby Doo Meets the Monsters, and that is what got her. So definitely Scooby Doo Meets the Monsters was definitely our top priority for this year's event. Did we go to it? You'll find out in this review video. I'm not going to tell you yet, but that is what hooked her to go. So yeah, so as I said, we're going to do it a little bit different. We're going to actually start on the lower lot and then work our way to the upper lot. Now, you guys are wondering, why are we doing this? We did not do any of the attractions or experience on the lower lot. So that's why we're going to start with the lower lot first, then work our way up to the upper lot. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are ready, sit back and relax and enjoy our Universal Studios Hollywood 2026 review of FanFest. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're wondering, this is the official poster for the event. So, you have Scooby Doo Meets the Monsters. You have One Piece. You have something with Harry Potter. You have something with Sailor Moon. You have something with Dungeons and Dragons. And something with Yoshi. And then what you're not seeing, they also had something with Jurassic as well. That they didn't get to this poster, but they added it into future things. So this is what we are talking about, guys, in this review video. Universal Studios Hollywood FanFest. So, ladies and gentlemen, the first one that we are going to talk about, and this was the only returning attraction from last year's FanFest. It was a very popular one. Ladies and gentlemen, Dungeons and Dragons Secrets of Waterdeep. This was located in Soundstage 15, where they also do a haunted house or a maze. Some people call it a haunted house, some people call it a maze. It was in the same location, and that's where it also was last year in 2025, and then this year it was back again in Soundstage 15. Your initial reactions, and before we get into what this was and stuff like that.
Are you talking about my reactions?
Like your initial reaction.
Oh. Like, put something new in there. Dungeons and Dragons been there.
This would be its second year.
Second year. I know everybody likes Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know that for a fact. But change it up year by year. Put something else in there each year. Instead of the same thing 2 years in a row. That's my reaction.
Right. So
That's my statement.
So, if FanFest comes back for a third year, I'm hoping they will do something else in Soundstage 15. So, guys, at this point, I'm going to warn you guys. So, I'm going to take a brief moment. What I do with these review videos, guys, is I watch the entire videos or talk about if we saw it live. I break down everything that you're going to see in these attractions. So it's basically, I'm giving you a guide of the whole attraction. So if you guys are planning to go to FanFest either this weekend, which would be Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, or going the following weekend, which is again Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then the closing night for FanFest is the following Saturday, which is May 16th. If you guys are planning to go to FanFest at all and you don't want any spoilers, stop this video / podcast now and then come back and watch it after you already done it. Or if you guys say, I watched them on YouTube and already saw them, so go ahead, James, do your review. Or if you are planning to watch them on YouTube, because you want to see the hype about it, then also stop this video as well. So for people that are planning to go to FanFest, or people that are planning to watch it on YouTube, stop this video / podcast right now, go and watch it, and then come back and listen to our review. So guys, that was your spoiler warning. So spoilers are going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys. So the attraction for Dungeons and Dragons Secret of Deep Water, it starts in a small room where you get the backstory of the quests and stuff like that you have to find this dragon staff and try to save the city of Waterdeep. So then the next, and then there is a group of good people. They're known as the Harpers, and there are 4 different classes. There is Rogos that are people that attack in the shadows. You have it's like people that have magical powers that can control fire. I'm not even sure how you say the name. Then you have the fighters that are like warriors, and then you have wizards as well. So then the next room you enter, you are entering a weapon shop, and you meet an elf character named, I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name. I'm going to spell it for you. Sorry guys, I lost my notes for a moment. It's Lanay, and she is the one that gives you the quest. And then you finally meet your then after you're done with your briefing, after she's done telling you about your quest, you meet your 2 guides at the very end. So basically what the quest is there's a creature with multiple eyes, and the character's name is named Xandor. And basically his goal is to try to destroy the city of Deep Water, and he claims that the dragon staff he's the rightful owner of it. So then after that, you meet your 2 tour guides, and we don't know what class they are, by the way. The guy's name, this guy right here in this photo, that's why I have the photo up for anyone that's looking at YouTube. This guy's name is, I'm not even going to try to spell it. I'm going to try to say his name, and then I'll spell it for you. I think it's Thorax or something like that. It's Trockary, Thorax or something. And then the girl's name here, her name is Evie. So then the next room or scene that you enter is behind the weapon shop or store, where the characters get you pumped up for your journey. Then the next room you enter... Oh, and then before you enter the next room, you are attacked by a dragon and you hear an evil woman voice saying that the dragon staff will not protect you anymore, and deep water is will be no more, and all your treasures will be mine. We don't know who this evil woman is at this point yet. Then the next room you enter is like a chamber or a tomb, and there is a lightning bolt that Eva picks up and Rubbish, the guy, is trying to touch stuff, and she tells him not to touch stuff, and they have to find a way out of this room. So this is one of the puzzles, and what it is the rooms, the lights, there are these symbols on the walls. That's what I was trying to say. These symbols on the wall, and basically you have to run to a wall and touch the wall, and then the room opens. That leads you into Xanabar's room. So what happens in the room is Thorax, this gentleman, finds the dragon staff, and then the girl Evie is behind the group, and she says that she's going to touch the fish bowl of Xanabar, and he doesn't like people touching his fish bowl, and she actually knocks the fish bowl over, and he attacks the group, and then he saves the group, and then Xanabar puts a spell on her where she's like very sleepy, and then Xanabar is like defeated, so you get out of that room. And then the final room, you're in a forest, and the girl that you met at the beginning, the one that I gave you the quest, turns out that she was the evil person, and right behind her there was a wanted poster, and it looked like her in the shop, but she says, no, that's not me, and if you ever find this wanted person, come talk to me. Turns out it was her all along, and it was her that gives your guide. So Evie right here, she pulls out the lightning bolt and she kills the person, and he gets the dragon staff back. So of course he saved the city of Watergate, and they say exit this way to get back to the tavern, and until our next adventure, and that is the end of the attraction. So first your thoughts, Mom, and then your score.
It was okay. This one, when I was watching it, because James and me didn't go through this one, it looked okay, but kind of boring. So my score is like a 3 out of 5. I liked some of the rooms when I was watching it, but not totally.
Okay, so a 3 out of
5. You, James? Your score?
For me, I played a little bit of Dungeons and Dragons, so I knew about it. like, it would have been cool to see this if we went in 2025.
Mm-hmm.
But I know some people couldn't make it, so I understood what Universal was doing. This was very popular. They wanted people to see it. But, like, this had the shortest amount of wait time. Yeah, it would sometimes get busy during the busy days. But when we were there on Sunday, when we went to FanFest on Sunday, May 3rd, 2026, this had the shortest line, like, it...
Like 20-minute wait or something?
The highest I saw it ever get up to was 30 minutes at most. Like, no one really cared about this one.
Mm-mm.
And that tells you something, Universal. That tells you something, but I'm not going to harp on that. It
did tell them something, because put a new attraction in there next year for FanFest.
Yeah. So honestly, it was an okay one. I mean, the story was good. I mean, I liked the special effects and stuff. I enjoyed it.
What's your score, James?
I have to give it an average. It's not bad, but it's not the worst. So I have to agree with you, a 3 out of 5.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
So our next thing that we're going to talk about, which all these attractions, the first couple ones that we're talking about, were all on the lower lot that we did not go to. So we didn't go to Dungeons and Dragons. This next one that we're talking about, we did not go to. And the final one, which is the Jurassic World attraction, we did not go to. So the first 3 we did not go to. And then 2 of them on the upper lot we did not go to. And then 2 of them on the upper lot we did go to. So just to confirm. So that was it for Dungeons and Dragons. So again, my co-host Marsha's score was a
3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. It was decent. For me, I had to agree with her, a 3 out of 5. Alright, so next we're going to talk about Yoshi Celebration. So, if you guys are wondering, what am I looking at? I will tell you. So, next we're going to talk about the Yoshi Celebration in Super Nintendo World. Basically, all it was that you can take photos with different color Yoshis, and they also had a special Yoshi treasure hunt if you wanted to do that. And then you could still do all the normal things that you could do during the day. So if you didn't see Super Nintendo World when it first opened at Universal or Florida or Japan, and this is the first time you're hearing about this, you can ride this Mario Kart ride. You can do all the daytime things, and the only difference is you could meet Yoshi in green, pink, or blue. Pretty much that was pretty much the same. So, as we said, we did not see this live because I've already seen everything in Super Nintendo World. If you guys know, I did work at Universal for 3 years, so I was privileged to go to the employee preview to see Super Nintendo World.
When it opened.
Before it opened.
Oh, before it opened.
Before
okay.
it opened. Employee preview.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. And so we went to the restaurant. We did everything. So I already knew everything there. So it was pointless to go there. I took a photo with Mario, Peach, everyone that was there. I went on the Mario Kart ride. So, just the only difference is you could see Yoshi there. But the one thing I will tell you is this area closed at 12 o'clock every night.
So it wasn't open until like 2.
No, until like 1:30.
30.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this was open during early
Entry.
So I want to clarify something. I forgot to mention this. We did not do the early admission ticket. We only did the standard ticket where we got in at 7:30. If you did do the early admission or the after 2 p.m. entrance or the day and night combo, Dungeons and Dragons, the Yoshi Celebration, and the Jurassic World experience that we're going to talk about in just a moment, those were open during the day and the night after 2 p.m. entrance or early entry. And I want to say maybe another one that we're going to talk about on the upper lot, but I don't think it was open, but I wasn't sure on that. But I think that one opened at 7:30. I don't think it opened at 6:30 early. But yeah, definitely all the stuff on the lower lot opened with early entry. I know one thing for sure opened at 6 as well. A photo op at 6 opened up early because she was a very popular character. But for this particular other one, I wasn't sure if it opened early with early admission. That I'm not sure about. Well, we'll get to that one in just a moment. But yeah, that was it for the Mario Kart or the Yoshi Celebration. So, Mom, your thoughts and your score on it.
I didn't really see this one. You just take pictures with the characters. They should have did something else inside add more activities for Super Nintendo World. I mean, for FanFest, I meant to say, they should have done more stuff. So, really, I give it a 1 out of 5.
Wow. Okay. 1 out of 5. Wow.
No, correction, I'm sorry. I meant to say 2 out of 5.
Oh, 2 out of 5. So not a 1 out of 5, a 2
out of 5. My mistake, James.
Okay, 2
out of 5.
Out of 5.
Because all you do is meet the characters. That's it.
Yeah. Alright, for me, I'm going to give it an average 3 out of 5. Like, yeah, if you haven't been to Super Nintendo World and you want to ride the rides, check out the stuff. You get to meet Yoshi and stuff, but the only thing is you don't meet Mario, you don't meet Princess Peach, and you don't meet Luigi. You're meeting these characters instead. That is the only difference, but everything else you can do there. You can go to the cafe, Toad's Cafe. You can do all the interactive stuff. You can ride the Mario Kart ride. So, yeah. So, I'm going to give it a
3 out of 5, James?
3 out of 5 for me. And
okay.
Your score
was 2 out of 5.
Was 2 out of 5. Yeah, 2 out of 5. Or no, yours was 2 out of 5. Mine was a 3 out of 5. Okay, guys. So now we're going to talk about another thing. This is the last thing that was on the lower lot. So, I want to make this clearer, okay, first of all. Okay? I have to say this before I tell you what the thing is. I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to talk about something that we were planning to do during FanFest 2026, but we decided not to do it because I cannot confirm 100%, but I've heard rumors that this is going to be around during the summer, and so if it is around, if it's going to be there during summer, Marsha and I are planning to get our season passes back during the summer. This would be cool if it's there during the summer, but if it's not there during the summer, we saw it a whole bunch of times. We saw different videos of it from different YouTubers, so we pretty much experienced it not live, but we've seen different versions of it from different YouTubers. But if it's there during the summer, that would be awesome too. So the final attraction that we're going to talk about that was on the lower lot was Jurassic Park: The Journey Through the Extinction, or it's ERAS.
ERAS. I don't know what that one is.
Yeah. So basically, this is a walkthrough attraction they can go through at any time. This is during FanFest, and basically they have 4 face characters. So, because I had to learn this during the time of me working there. So any character that you can see their face, they're known as a face character. Anyone that's in a costume, they're just known as a costume character. So They had 4 face characters for this one. So the ones that they had was John Hammond. They had Ian Malfoy. They had Dr. Harry Wan. And then finally they had the guy that caused the entire park to shut down from the first movie, Dennis Nedry.
The bad guy.
The bad guy.
Yeah.
Also, they had a second version of a raptor show. So, if you guys don't know, they have the raptor encounter out in front. And the only difference for that one is they do a little show, and then it's basically a photo op with blue. For this raptor encounter that was in this area, for this one, the security team, or the attainment unit, as they like to call it, 2 raptors escaped, and they're trying to control them by using force, like tasers and the things that you can catch live animals with, or what the animal control use, like that leash thing that it can be loosened, and then
like a pole with a leash.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, James. Yeah.
Yeah. And then two raptor handlers come out, and they said, "Stop using force. We can get them back." And they only have like 5 minutes to get them back in their cages. And one of the raptors is blue, and then the other one is just a normal raptor. And pretty much they get them back in the gate, and the chaos is over. So now a little interesting fact for this. I don't think this show has an official title, but from the videos that I've seen, and people have told me, some people call it the Raptor They call it the Raptor Transport Show. I've heard other people call it Containment Failed Raptor Show, and then I've heard people call it the Raptor Escape Show.
So 3 different names, but we don't know what the name of it is.
But that's what people have Heard.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
So, yeah. So as I said, people don't know exactly what the official name for this second Raptor show is.
Mm-hmm.
Any of those names, I think, could work.
It could work, James.
Yeah.
It could work.
So, yeah. I think it was a pretty cool show, and I'm hoping this stays after FanFest and
for the summer.
For the summer. This would be a cool thing for the summer. If you're wondering where this is located, this is located in an area they call the retaining wall, or it's called the utility space something. It's like right next to the Mummy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, so, pretty cool. So, Mom, your thoughts on the show and
my score.
Your score.
When I was watching it with you, it looked really, really good. I mean, I wish we saw it. Definitely a good one. And I hope they keep it all year round.
Or at least
for the summer.
Or at least for the summer. I don't know if it's going to be all year round. It would be cool if it's all year round, but who knows?
Well, for the summer, so hopefully we can see it if they keep it for the summer when we get our passes back, James. Mm-hmm. So definitely, I give it a 5 out of 5.
Yeah, definitely. I have no complaints for that. 5 out of 5 is really good.
What do you give it, James?
Yeah, I give it a 5 out of 5 too, Mom.
Okay, got it.
Yeah,
okay.
I have literally no
complaints for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, guys. Yeah, 5 out of 5 have no complaints. So, moving on to our next thing, and just to let people know, people were wondering, all of the rides on the lower lot were open. So, Mummy was open, Transformers was open, Jurassic World was open, and of course, Mario Kart was open.
That during FanFest, right?
During FanFest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now we're going to head up to the upper lot, but we're going to do a change of pace. Again, what we are going to do... Oh, and then I forgot to show the photo, but this is the entrance to the Jurassic Park.
Is that the adventure one we were just talking about?
The adventure one that we were just talking about.
Cool poster, I like it.
But this is the entrance, and then you can see they have props and stuff from the movie and stuff like that. So this is what we were talking about. I forgot to change the photo. But yeah, this is what we were just talking about that we gave a 5 out of 5 for. So, really quick, as I said, we're going to move on to our next thing, but we're going to change it up. We're going to do the 2 attractions that we did not do, but we wanted to talk about them. And then, for the end of this video, to wrap up our review, we're going to talk about the 2 attractions that we actually did. So, just a little thing. So, first thing that we're going to talk about is the Sailor Moon show in the DreamWorks Theater. Now, I wanted to let people know this because I found this out. When they do early
admission,
this photo op is open at 6 o'clock because she is very popular and her line gets very, very long. So she does start her
Photo op at 6.
At photo op at 6. And I think her last set is at 1 a.m. So she's out there the entire time. But unfortunately, we did not get a photo with her because her line was chaotic.
It was really long.
So we did not get a photo with her. So now to the actual show. Back to the show. So in the pre-show, this is before the main show. Basically, the story is you're going to Sailor Moon's palace, and you're invited to her ball, like her party/ball, and you meet like a small Sailor Moon or a small girl, and I don't know her name because I haven't seen Sailor Moon, so I have no idea who these characters are. I just know the main character, Sailor Moon, and that's it. But apparently Sailor Moon and this little girl, they're connected by these chain something, and Sailor Moon has this powerful crystal that the girl, uses to take the audience to the palace or the ballroom. And then at the end, you see an evil girl, or you see an evil woman saying that this little girl has the crystal, and the crystal will be mine. And that was the end of the pre-show. Now, the only thing that I'm going to have a negative thing about is they did not translate this to English. It was all in Japanese, so they didn't even have the time to do it in English, so people would understand.
Which they should have.
Yeah, so you had to read subtitles to understand it, just like what they did for Chainsaw Man last year at Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah.
But that's the only complaint that I'm going to have, but everything else, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm going to just give a brief summary for this one. If you want to see the full show, there will be links down below for Sailor Moon. So pretty much what the show is, as I said, you're going to Sailor Moon's ball or dance, and the evil woman attacks, and Sailor Moon's friends or other people that have magical powers are coming in to help. The woman sucks some of the people in, and then they also suck Sailor Moon's either boyfriend or husband or someone, because he also has magical powers too. They can all fly for some reason. And pretty much at one point Sailor Moon's necklace breaks, and with the power of all her friends as well as the audience, we get the necklace back, and she becomes a powerful Sailor Moon, and she destroys the evil woman, and they have a big celebration, and that is the end of the show. So that's pretty much what it is. So, Mom, your thoughts, and then your score.
It was okay. It wasn't my favorite when I was watching it on YouTube. Mm-hmm. They should have translated it to English. That's my beef. I'm sorry. I really didn't like this show when I was watching it, so I have to give it a 1 out of 5.
Okay. And then for me, the only beef that I had with it, again, just like your complaint was they didn't transfer it to English, you had to read subtitles to understand it. But I want to say, I mean, it was a good show. I liked the thing of it.
But the score is hard for you.
The score is hard for me because, yeah, it wasn't a bad show. The only complaint that I had was
not turning it into English, right?
not turning it into English, but everything else was good. So, I'm going to give it an average. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5.
Okay.
The only reason why I'm giving it a little bit higher is because I did like that right in front of it, they had the Sailor Moon photo op too, so you didn't have to go too far, so I'm going to give them that too.
I forgot about her.
But for me, the reason why it's getting a 3 out of 5 is that line was so long to meet Sailor Moon, and you had to dump it into English.
Right.
Or they didn't do it into English.
Right. Okay.
But for you didn't really care about the show.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't. No.
Okay. All right, guys. So now we're going to move on to our final one. So this one hits me and Marsha really hard. And I'm going to tell you, so if you saw the May update video of everything that's coming out in May, and we talked about a specific plan that we were going to do, 4 attractions the night of FanFest, but because it was super busy, so according to people, again, I'm going to say this, according to people, we did the 2 best attractions, and then this third one that we wanted to do had a mix from people.
Have what?
Had a mix of good things and bad things to say.
Okay, got it.
And in my opinion, I think we made the choice not to go to it. Like, if we went back for a second time to FanFest, we probably would have hit this first. Okay. But I think we chose the 2 best ones for it. So this one we wanted to see live, but we couldn't do it. And from what people have told me, is even if you had early admission, some people with early admission still didn't get through this one because this one was very popular. There would be brief moments where the wait time would go down to 20 minutes. As soon as people saw it, they would rush to it, immediately go right back up to a 50, 60 minute wait. So
I think I know which one you're talking about, James.
Yeah, and this one, after watching the video of it, after talking to my colleagues, or talking to my friends that still work at Universal, they said we chose the 2 best ones. If we had time to see this one, we could have seen this one. So, ladies and gentlemen, the one that I am talking about is the Wizarding World of Harry Potter and the Forbidden Forest Search for the Hippogriff. So, so this one was located in the extended queue for the Harry Potter main ride, Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. So, here's basically the whole walkthrough. So, basically, the backstory for this one is you are a Hogwarts student, and you were asked by one of the professors to help them find the lost hippogriff somewhere in the Forbidden Forest, the forest that you should not go to except for some certain people. Mm-hmm. That's the whole plot line for this.
Right.
So the first scene is you meet the professor and he's like, "What are you guys doing here? You're not supposed to be here. Like, who sent you? Are you here to help me find the lost hippogriff?" And, he says, before we go anywhere, we have to light our way to find it. So you do the light spell to see where you're going. Next scene, you see a bunch of school supplies with pixies, and you have to deal with them. Next scene that you go into is a giant spider lair, and there's a giant spider that comes out and scares you. I think this is the only one that Marsha and I agreed to that would freak us out. This would be the only one. Yeah. Marsha's shaking her head. Yeah. And the professor does a spell to get rid of the giant spider. Then you meet I think they're called scimitar or something like that. They're like the half man, half horse creatures that live in the Forbidden Forest. They're the ones that helped Harry by taking the mean headmaster Dolores Umbridge away. And they also helped Harry Potter in some of the other films too. So for this story is he's like saying, your kind's not allowed here. The professor says we're here to look for the lost hippogriff, and he allows you to continue your journey. But once you're done with your journey, get out. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Got it, James. Yeah.
So then the next scene, the answer is you have to go through Devil's Snare, and you have to do a charm to open it, and you don't want to get caught in that stuff. And the more that you struggle, the more it sets the life out of you.
Right.
From the movies. That's a reference from the movies.
Right.
That doesn't happen in this attraction, but I just had to do a movie reference.
True, James. True.
So then the final scene is you find the lost hippogriff. She's caught in devil snares again. You do the same charm that you got to her. And to show respect, you bow to her. She bows back to you. And the professor says, Henry, get out of here. And I will take these people to get them out of the forest. So then he's like, well done, everyone, and rewards points to all of the houses, Gryffindor, Slytherin, Ravenclaw, and Hufflepuff. And he basically points you, saying, go this way to get out. And he's like, this is the way you get back to the school. Because he has to pretend like you're going back to the school.
Yeah.
But where the exit is it's by the studio tour. That's like where you exit. And that is the whole attraction. So again, guys, I would have loved to see this live. But, the wait times, we get up to 120-minute wait. One time it got up to like 170-minute wait.
Way too long for me, James.
Yeah. And that is the whole attraction, guys. And people said, I waited an hour and a half for this, the attraction's less than 12 minutes long. Less than 12 minutes. Mm-mm. So I understand people's frustration that some people liked it. Some people thought it was way too short. So, your thoughts, Mom, and your score on this?
I mean, I would not wait an hour and a half for a 12-minute attraction. If it was longer, yeah. I didn't know it was 12 minutes, James.
Well, we watched the video. It was about 12 minutes.
Yeah. But
that's on video, but we don't know exactly how long it was when you were actually there. But they showed the entire thing, so
right.
I'm assuming it was about 12 minutes.
I would not wait in line for a 12-minute attraction. It was okay when I was watching it, but it really wasn't my favorite. They tried, but it should have been longer. That's my only complaint. Because the Harry Potter land is really big, so they could have extended it, the attraction.
Yeah.
For that reason, I give it a 2 out of 5. They tried, but I wouldn't wait in line for a 12-minute walkthrough.
Yeah. This is tough for me, okay? Because on the one hand, I understand that they tried something. You know, this was hyped, but seeing for a 12-minute walkthrough, and you have to wait like an hour and 20 minutes.
Right.
You know, and people thought this was going to be a lot longer. Some people were disappointed that was how long it was. Literally, guys, again, I'm going to clarify. I read you the entire attraction. We watched a video of it. It was literally 12 minutes long. So I'm not joking on how long this was.
Right.
I literally went from scene by scene by scene. So if you guys want to watch it, I will put that same video so you guys can see it. Literally, it was like about 12 minutes long. That was it. So,
what's your score, James?
For me, I like Harry Potter. I like what they tried doing. For me, it was an okay one. It was average. So, if I saw it live, I might have had a different opinion. But because I only watched the video and I didn't see it live, maybe if I saw it live, it would change my thing.
Right.
But because I just saw it on video, I have to give it a 3 out of 5.
Okay.
So an average, but yeah.
What did I give it? A 2 out of 5?
You give it a 2 out of 5.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So now we're going to get to the 2 that we did see live. Now, Marsha did mention this at the beginning of the thing, and this is the one that got her hooked. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start with Scooby Doo Meets the Monsters.
Yes!
Mystery on the Back Lot. So, ladies and gentlemen, Scooby Doo meets the Monsters. Mystery on the Back Lot. So this was located on the studio tour, and this was located in a new area. It was located in Little Europe. So before we get to like the whole experience, your initial thoughts, Mom. Like, I showed you some of the video, and then we stopped watching it because we didn't want to get spoiled.
Right.
But your thoughts on that?
That's a new location. like they took this one took the entire little Europe area, everywhere. I'll get to my review after we describe it, but I'm surprised it was there. They put it in Little Europe.
Right.
How do you feel, James?
I will get to my feelings at the very end.
Okay.
But yeah, this was our top bucket list, and we did our top bucket list.
We did, James.
We did. All right. So basically, the backstory for this, or the backstory to get you into this thing. Basically, the backstory is that there was a new Universal Monsters filming on the back lot, and it was called Monsters, Monsters, Monsters. And basically, you were going to be extras in this movie, so you were on your way to set. And the movie was being filmed in Little Europe, where they filmed a lot of classic monster movies back in the 1920s. So, like movies like Hunchback of Notre Dame, Family Opera, Dracula, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, The Wolfman, and many others. As you're on your way to set, something happens, and the Phantom director, who is controlling the Universal Monsters, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Dracula, the Wolfman, the Invisible Man, and other ones. Those were like the main ones that you saw there. And Scooby and the gang are trying to figure out who is the Phantom director. Already a great start already. So, basically, you're introduced to 4 characters on 4 people that are the 4 suspects. So, basically, you have first one is Max Flash, who is the producer of the film. You have Julie Steele, who is the lead security guard for the film set. Mm-hmm. You have Karen Spin, who is the publisher or publicist, basically the person that takes control of all the media.
Yeah.
And then you have Artie Pressman, who is the art director for the film. So, already a cool setup. Mm-hmm. So, now we're getting into the actual attraction. As you jump off the tram, the first thing that you do, if you didn't get your Scooby Doo mystery pack, so this is a pack that you get that is the interactive thing, and that's basically the game that you played, and I showed it in the vlog video. If you didn't get it at the unload, you could get it when you get off the tram. And what was very cool about this was the question that I had for me. Was there a time limit for this particular area? There was no time limit. You could stay as long as you wanted. So that was cool. So I think we were on there for like an hour, like maybe an hour and a half. It was at least an hour, maybe more.
I think it was an hour and a half, James.
Well, I'm just taking a guess. I'm not really sure.
Right.
Maybe an hour, maybe an hour and a half.
This time they did not push you out.
No. Also, when you go off the tram too, at the beginning there was a photo op where you take photos with Scooby Doo, and sometimes with the other members of the Scooby Doo gang, but most of the time it was just Scooby Doo itself. But his line was so long, and we knew we wanted to do other things, so we didn't get a photo with Scooby.
No, we did not.
Okay, so the first area, I call it the graveyard / Fred area. So basically, for this area, is you are trying to eliminate a suspect where you're trying to find out who did it. Who is the Phantom director? So basically, at the graveyard, you are basically trying to eliminate your first person, and basically what it is that whoever has their items still on them are still your suspects, but the Phantom director, he lost an item in the graveyard. So whoever lost their item in the graveyard was not your suspect.
Okay.
And then a little bit past where the graveyard was is where Freddy was, where you can ask him questions to help you or point you in the right direction. And he also showed you his trap, how they were going to catch the mystery director. And this was the only character, I'm going to repeat this, guys, so you guys know. This is the only character that we got a photo with. And I'll be sharing that photo sometime later on my social medias. So throughout Little Europe, there were these stages where the Universal Monsters would come out and do a show. And then there was also a bigger area where they had a big area where there was a speaker, there was a giant fan, there was a fountain, and then there was a boom mic where it was like a larger show of those smaller shows, and depending who it was either the Bride, Frankie, Dracula, the Wolfman, and then sometimes the Invisible Man. And when we got to that area where this larger show was, it was Dracula that we saw, but I saw other footages of Frankie doing it, the Bride doing it, the Wolfman, and sometimes the Invisible Man. So it just depended on who was doing that larger show.
Right.
So the next area that you go to is you meet Velma, and her thing was there was 4 cameras that showed video footage, and basically how you eliminated the next innocent person was you had to look at all of them were dressed up in these capes or cloaks, as they called them.
Who was James? The monsters?
No, not the monsters. The 4 suspects.
Oh, yeah. Got it.
Not the monsters.
The suspects.
And basically, you looked at the security camera and you were trying to figure out who was the furthest from the Court of Miracles, because basically what happened was at 4:30 a.m. The Phantom Director was located in the Court of Miracle at 4:30 a.m. But the one that was the farthest away from the Court of Miracles was your innocent one. So that's how you eliminated your second suspect. Yeah. But in order to complete that one, you had to go meet Daphne and look at the different colored, like cloaks or, whatever they were wearing. That was in the Daphne's area, and basically you had to match the color of each suspect, and basically you had to look at them and look at who was the furthest, and that's how you eliminated your second innocent person, which I thought was pretty cool.
That one was cool, James.
So then in Shaggy's area, we did interact with Shaggy a little bit. He basically pointed to the third area where there was a shop that had edibles in it, because he's the guy that likes to eat sandwiches and stuff. And you basically had to look at these jars, and whatever jar was missing for that particular night. That was who was your Phantom Director, so then you would eliminate your third innocent person. Which was cool. And then, to end the night at all, you would go to the big reveal, and you would find out if you were right. So, from my understanding, is every night, basically they would change the clues around, and it would be a different person every night, a different one, and they rotate between the 4 suspects. It would be a different person for that particular night who would be the Phantom Director. And when we went that particular night, the Phantom Director was the art director, Artie Pressman.
Okay.
That was when we went. That was the person that was the Phantom Director. But I also saw other videos of the producer being the Phantom Director. Also saw footage of the security guard being the Phantom Director. And then there were some videos that people said, but I tried searching for it, that the publicist was also the Phantom Director. And I think the reason why they did that is because they knew a lot of people bought like either the season pass or the 2-night thing. So they wanted to change it up so it wasn't the same person every time. They wanted to change it up So if you came back to Scooby Doo, you would have a different experience, which I thought was very, very cool. So if I bought that season pass to go to FanFest every night, and I wanted to do Scooby Doo multiple, I liked it that it was different
every night.
Yeah. So I definitely thought that was a cool idea because Universal knows that people sometimes come back over and over, and I like doing the same thing. So that was pretty much it, guys. So that was pretty much the end of the Scooby-Doo meets the Universal Monsters. So your thoughts and then your score.
Oh, I have a lot to say about this one.
Oh, go ahead, Mom.
I really, really liked it. Very well done.
So go ahead, as you were saying, Mom.
Very well done. Really liked it. And the thing got me, they did not push you out of there. They let you take your time, which I really, really appreciated. I met all the characters, which was really cool. I wish we could have done it twice, James. But very well done. This was my favorite, and I'll give it a 5 out of 5. Very well done. You got to interact with a lot of the characters, which I liked, and no complaints on this one.
Okay, so what is your score?
5 out of 5.
Yeah, for me, honestly, this, I think, should have been better than the Harry Potter one. This one was more interactive, more things. So I am surprised that people, I'm surprised this one wasn't as busy as the Harry Potter one.
This one should have been more busier.
Exactly.
Because this one you took your time on. The Harry Potter one was only a 12-minute walkthrough.
Exactly.
Which one would you choose?
Exactly. Yeah. I honestly don't know. That is... Yeah. But honestly, this one... The top of our bucket list, I'm so glad I got to see it live.
Yeah.
And I have to give it a 5 out of 5. I have absolutely no complaints.
Nope.
Okay, guys. So, to wrap up our review of FanFest nights, we are going to go to our final one, and this was the second one that we saw live. And again, this was one that for sure I wanted to see live. This one was located in the Waterworld Arena, and this is the one that we ended our night with. If you saw our vlog video, which I'm assuming most of you guys did see the vlog video. This was located in the Waterworld Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, One Piece Grand Pirate Show. So if you guys don't know what One Piece is, it's a Japanese animated show. You can kind of see the theme for FanFest. And then it got translated into English, just like Pokemon was Dragon Ball Z, and the same for Sailor Moon. But the only difference was that the Sailor Moon show in the DreamWorks Theater was all in Japanese. Luckily, this one, because it had live stunt people and stuff, it was all in English because it would have been weird to see this show in Japanese. I don't think it would have been popular if it was in Japanese. Sailor Moon I understand because it's in a DreamWorks theater and they have screens that people can read the subtitles. But this one, you can't have any screens or anything. So I'm glad that they did it in English. Yeah. So, also, I wanted to let people know that also there was a photo op for the One Piece characters as well. Again, just like Sailor Moon, this line was very popular, and you didn't have to go in to see the show. The exit of Waterworld, that's where the photo op was, so you can go there anytime without seeing the show. But that line just was so long, and it's like, it wasn't worth it. Like, if these characters come back or the show comes back next year, yeah, I might want to take a photo with them.
But we weren't going to wait in line. That was a long line, James.
Just like Sailor Moon, yeah.
Right.
So I just wanted to say that. So back to the show. So just like what I did for Sailor Moon, I'm going to give just a brief summary of the show. If you want to see the full show, there will be a link down below in the description box if you want to watch the entire show. So pretty much the premise of the show was that there's a group called the Marines where they are like an army and they are looking for the One Piece pirate crew. And pretty much the One Piece crew is looking for these particular berries. It's a part of the animated show that people have told me. Basically, there's a huge battle between the Marines and the One Piece pirate crew. And then there's another character that comes out. He basically kind of looks like a pirate. And he reminds me of the Joker. That's the preference that I got. The character that was like smiling and saying, "Hey, give me my arms back and stuff."
He did look like the Joker. I remember him. Yep.
Yeah, he looked like the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
Joker. And then, they're battling, and there's a general for the Marines that comes out too. There's sword fighting, there's, lots of pyrotechnics. One of the One Piece characters, his leg is on fire at one point. You remember that.
Probably a stunt person.
These are all stunt people.
Yeah.
And then pretty much the clown pirate, his captain comes up and places a bomb on the island. The Marines evacuate, the general evacuates, and the One Piece crew gets out just in time. And then basically the premise is that the island got blown up. But the audience survived for some reason. And that is pretty much the whole show. So, as I said, if you want to see the full show, I will have a link down below. Well, so, yeah. So, Mom, your thoughts and then your score on this.
I really liked it. It was really entertaining. It's just like the Waterworld show, but like these were pirates and stuff. Very well done. I really enjoyed it. Very entertaining. So my score is a 5 out of 5. This was a really good show.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree. 5 out of 5 for me. Really had no complaints for this one.
Nope.
I'm glad we saw this live. I really did enjoy it.
Right.
All right, guys. So one last thing that I want to talk about before
we end this video.
We end this. As I said, if you guys enjoyed the review video and then now you want to go to FanFest, like if you didn't care about the spoilers and stuff like that, there are 2 weeks left of FanFest. So it's this weekend, which is Thursday the 7th, Friday the 8th, and Saturday the 9th. And then the final weekend for FanFest is the following Thursday, which is the 14th, Friday, which is the 15th, and then the final night for FanFest is Saturday the 16th. So if you guys want to go get your tickets, it's 2 more weekends, and that is the end for FanFest. Now for some of the tips that I said. Even with early entry, I've heard people say that the Harry Potter one is the most busiest one. People even that got early admission, that paid extra for early admission, they sometimes still couldn't get through the Harry Potter one.
They still had to wait in line. Probably early entry wasn't worth it, because if Harry Potter, they didn't let the early entry through, that's bad.
Yeah, I think it just got so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've talked to people that got early entry, and they say even with early entry, they stayed until 1:30. They never made it through the Harry Potter one, because it just... the wait time just kept going up. So, I mean, yeah, like early entry was good because everything on the lower lot was open and the photo with Sailor Moon was open. Now, the only thing that I'm not sure about was what was Harry Potter open with early entry. That's the only thing I wasn't sure. Or did it open later? That's the only thing I'm not sure about. I guess
so. James, excuse me, you're saying early entry wasn't worth it?
In my opinion, yeah. But if you're a fan of Dungeons and Dragons or, the Jurassic and stuff, and you want to start in the lower lot, yeah, then early entry was worth it. But if you were just trying to get into Harry Potter early, I mean, I want to say maybe when they first started FanFest, early entry was with Harry Potter, but then I think because they realized that it was popular, that they stopped it with early entry. I'm not exactly sure.
Okay.
On that.
Got it.
Okay. Number 2, for sure, you and I both agreed on this, that this is a 2-night event, a minimum 2-night event.
Yeah.
Unless you get front of the line or the VIP experience, we only did general, and we didn't get through everything.
We did not.
We did not. Unless you're a fast person and is rushing to everything, you might be able to get everything done in one night. But for us, like my mom and I, we like to take our time and stuff. It's definitely a 2-night event, or a 2-night thing for sure. For sure.
That is true.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that, James.
Yeah. Number 3, we try to plan things out for the night, and things do not, and we had a plan, but it just did not work out. So if you guys saw my May video talking about all of the videos that are coming out in May, and I said the 4 attractions that we wanted to do, and sometimes plans change. Sometimes you can have a plan, that looks good, but then when you get to the thing, it sometimes does not work out. The 4 things that we said we wanted to do was Scooby Doo, was
One Piece.
One Piece stunt show. We wanted to do Jurassic and Harry Potter. We didn't do Harry Potter or Jurassic World, like the interactive thing. We only got 2 of the 4 things that we said we wanted to do. And then we said if we had time, we would do everything else. No, as I said, going back to number 2, minimum, this is a 2-day event unless you get front of the line, unless you get the VIP experience.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you bought the season pass, you can go multiple nights. Or unless you're a fast person and is just running to everything, you could possibly get it done in one night. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then the final thing that I wanted to say was that if you are planning to go to FanFest next year, like say you already went and you made the same mistakes that we did, we are going to try to plan better. And if FanFest comes back next year in 2027, we might try some things definitely next year that we are planning to do this year for HHN. So if they work for HHN, we might try it for FanFest next year.
Right.
We'll talk about those things as Halloween Horror Nights gets closer.
Definitely, James.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, and then the final thing that I wanted to talk about is if you guys enjoyed my review video and you cannot make it out to FanFest, but you want to see all of the things, there will be a link for every attraction that I talked about at the bottom of this video. So I'm basically going to start with, basically don't go down the list. I'm going to start with Dungeons and Dragons and end with One Piece. So if you guys want to see all the videos, I will have a link to all of the attractions, the walkthroughs, and the 2 shows in my description box below. So there will be a link to everything in case you guys want to watch it and see for yourself. Alright guys, so that is going to wrap up this is going to wrap up our Universal Studios Hollywood FanFest 2026 review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So really quick, just a plug. I want to thank my co-host, my mom Marsha, for joining me again.
You're welcome.
And if you guys want to follow my co-host, my mom Marsha, on her social medias, she has X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram, and her username is the same on both, which is MarshaFan1960. And then if you want to follow me, your host James, you can follow me on Facebook, X, better known as Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and I also post on the YouTube post page on my YouTube channel. And just to let you know that some of the usernames on some of my social medias is Jimmy Pancakes 20, and then some of them is Jimmy Pancakes 20 Show. So that's why I put the list of all of my social medias in the description box below. So just follow me on any social media you use, or follow me on multiple ones. So yeah, that is pretty much it, Mom. So I want to thank everyone for watching. Thank everyone for watching. Thank everyone for listening. Have a great rest of your night, day, afternoon, evening. Whenever you're listening to this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music Podcasts, or Podbean.com or their official app, or watching this video on YouTube. So until the next video/podcast, I was your host, James, aka Jimmy Pancakes 20, signing off, and we'll catch you guys later.